Welcome back to our Victoria Falls and East Africa adventure with Scenic. From Kenya's legendary Masai Mara region, we've headed to another of this country's fine national parks, Lake Nakuru. Nakuru is the Masai word for dust. I mean, who has a dusty lake, for goodness sake? But that ain't the only oddity here in the Lake Nakuru National Park. The lake is sometimes pink. The flamingos are a reddish purple because they eat the blue-green algae. Some of the rhinos are white. There's a giraffe called Rothschild, and the lions sleep in the trees. And there are also python and leopard. And I tell you what, if either of those species have been sipping from the same kooky juice as the others, I'm out of here. Nakuru is one of 3 shallow lakes in Africa's Great Rift Valley, home to all of the big 5, as well as the rare white rhino.
These are the white rhinos that were introduced into the park in the early 90s for breeding purposes.
And has that been successful?
It's been very successful.
I mean, we see a number of babies out here now.
Yes.
And then there are those gangly but somehow graceful giraffes. Here in Nakuru, they are predominantly of the rare Rothschild variety, distinguished by their darker coat. What are these 2 doing over here?
Oh, those 2 are males that are tussling, and they're fighting. And this form of fighting is known as necking.
Necking. So this is a territorial kind of joust that they're doing here?
Actually, they have hierarchy issues.
Right, asserting their dominance.
Asserting dominance.
And how serious can these fights get?
It can be a fight to death.
Traditionally, Nakuru was known for its flourishing flamingo numbers, but rising water levels in 2014 forced most of them to flee. Fortunately, they're slowly starting to return.
And a phenomena happening here in the Rift Valley lakes is flooding. So this flooding, which is from the underground water system, sort of dilutes the algae content in the lakes.
Because they eat the algae. In fact, that's what makes them sort of purple, pink.
That's from the spirulina, the protein that is found in the algae. So it's the blue-green algae gives them the pink color.
Yeah, go figure. Nairobi, capital of Kenya, has been known by several names: cool water, green city in the sun, safari, capital of Africa, and even, at one point, Nairobi, none of which totally do it justice. How about Nairobi? Kidding. This joint is insane, throbbing with finance, commerce, entrepreneurs and energy. It's a sizzling, wok-fried entanglement of human noodle. It grinds, it's fast, except for the traffic, which is a mind-boggling melee of incomprehensible confusion. If the chaos in your life is losing you sleep, come here, compare it to a slice of Nairobi. You'll slumber like a baby. Just 30 k's from the city, the chaos of the traffic gives way to the calm of the countryside. While Kenya is renowned for its coffee plantations, it's also the 3rd largest exporter of tea after Sri Lanka and India.
Tea has been produced here since 1918. My grandfather planted tea from a seed, which was sent to him as a gift from a friend in India. So what we grow here is the Indian variety of tea.
Why is it great for growing tea here?
It has the right soil conditions and it has the rainfall. You've come up a couple of thousand feet from Nairobi. We're 7,200 feet or 2,000 meters, so we do get the rainfall.
I have to say, maybe it's the environment, maybe it's because I know the tea has come from just down there, or maybe it's the perfect company, but this is a really great cup of tea.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Back on the outskirts of Nairobi, in the country's first national park, live these beautiful baby elephants. This is the world's most successful orphan elephant rescue and rehabilitation program, founded by Daphne Sheldrick, a Kenyan national treasure and conservation icon. She pretty much wrote the book on understanding elephants and was the first ever to hand rear a baby elephant. Because of her pioneering work, over 250 orphaned elephants in Kenya and countless others around the world have been saved. Infant elephants left orphaned in the wild due to loss of habitat or the poaching of their mothers are incredibly vulnerable, given they rely on mother's milk for the first 2 years of their life. So even though you're raising them, they are still out in the wild to a certain extent?
Yes, okay. we want them to stay as much more natural as possible so that they can learn what they need to learn by instinct.
And so this one here, one of the larger ones,
yes,
would be, what, 3 years old?
3 years, yes.
So soon to go out to be rehabilitated in the wild?
Yes.
Hello. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Wow, so there's a bed in each pen?
A bed in each pen for those that are below 2 years.
Right, so the keeper sleeps here?
Yes, the keeper sleeps here to take care of the elephant. Feed the elephant on milk every 3 hours or on demand. It's like child at home.
So if they sleep through 3 hours, they're woken up by the elephant?
Yes.
But they're going to
if
tap
you
on
oversleep, the elephants will wake you up.
Really?
They take off the blanket from you.
Do they? To experience the wilds of Africa for yourself, Scenic has a range of fully escorted luxury journeys. Stay in indulgent lodgings and enjoy fine dining, exclusive experiences and authentic encounters. Getaway viewers who start planning now for 2021 can save $400 per couple off all Africa journeys of 17 days or longer. To learn more and see current offers, visit scenic.com.au/getaway, call 1300 790 372 or speak to your nearest Scenic agent.